this video, I'm going to be reviewing Osechi by Just One Cookbook. Just One Cookbook is a website created by Namiko Hirasawa Chen. She created this website in 2011. Just One Cookbook mostly focuses on Japanese cuisine, maybe Japanese inspired cuisine. I really love this website. I go to it all the time for any quick references to Japanese cuisine or any ideas I want to try out. A little background on Nami. She was born and raised in Yokohama, Japan, but came to California as a foreign exchange student when she was about 20 years old. She studied geography and geology and later worked at a digital map company. In 2011, she started the Just One Cookbook blog, and it's done pretty well. I always see it pop up whenever you search for Japanese food. It's one of the top Japanese food blogs out there. She's also got a YouTube channel, which I really enjoy watching. Just One Cookbook is a great site for beginners wanting to cover a range of Japanese food or just Japanese ingredients. If there's one thing you should take away from this video, is to go check out Just One Cookbook and maybe try out some of her recipes. Her kimchi Knobby recipe is the greatest of all time. I love this so much. I make it all the time. It is so good. I really love her blog, so I was curious on the books she's written. She's come out with 3 books, mostly with recipes from her website. Her latest book, Osechi, was released in fall 2021 and is centered around Japanese New Year's recipes. It spans over the kitchen supplies you might need and also the kitchen supply stores you can get them from. The list of stores you get is pretty helpful, but I wish she gave some recommendations on which brands to get. It's just a very generic, oh, go to Amazon and buy a steamer. I would like to know which steamer would be good. The recipes range from soups like udon, sushi, hand rolls. It also goes over small dishes meant for an Osechi box, like black beans and shrimp. She says an Osechi box is similar to a bento box, but is meant to celebrate the New Year's. It's kind of cool that this book centers around making dishes that can go for a celebration in an Osechi box. She also goes over how to make mochi and some sweet and savory variations of mochi you can make. In the end of the book, she has ideas of Osechi boxes you can make to celebrate the Japanese New Year. I liked reading about the Osechi traditions in the book and how some of the foods played into those traditions. The book didn't feel as insightful to me though. It was a bit sloppy and a bit kind of short. And by sloppy, I mean pictures were kind of shown next to recipes from the previous recipe. The formatting wasn't the greatest. Even though it was centered around Osechi recipes, I didn't think the theme was as strong as it could have been. I think my main critique of this book is there isn't enough for me to justify buying this book over just using her recipes online. With the Food Lab, there's so much information to read in the book, and it's nice to have everything consolidated. I like having the physical copy of a book, even though most of the recipes are on Serious Eats. There's something really beneficial about having it physically with you as you cook, and having all of Kenji's techniques and writings together with the recipes is just very helpful. With this book, there's just not enough depth or learning outside the recipes to justify having the physical book. The recipes are all great, but I've cooked these before from her website. The content around Osechi and making the boxes wasn't enough for me to justify buying this book. It is a pretty fun book if you're interested in maybe learning how to make an Osechi box, but I can't see this as an essential Japanese cuisine book. I love the recipes and the topic, but this is one of those cases where I would just rather have the online recipes. I do recommend this book if you're a big fan of Just One Cookbook, because she probably gets better revenue from this book than her ads on the website. However, there's just better cookbooks that explore Japanese culture and cuisine. You can check out my review of Japanese soul food, which I think is a better example of a niche Japanese cuisine that someone really digs into and explores. I do love Just One Cookbook, and I really wanted to like this book, but it ended up just being okay to me. So it really hurts because I had such high expectations. I'm giving this book a 5 out of 10.